Hello everybody, this is Tenacious Earl back again with another game here, but we're going to change things up a little bit. We're going to switch gears, we're going to turn the tables, whatever you want to call it. Been sort of having the itch to want to try something a little bit different than what I had been doing. Granted, this is something that I have done not too long ago, but you know, I got a little, I don't know what I would say, just, I lost a little bit of the intensity about this project, and now I want to try and maybe see if I can play a few more games, and maybe I'll get it back again. This is what I started calling the THMBL. That was, I forget who exactly suggested I should abbreviate it. Well, I had the abbreviation, but I didn't really think about the, sort of the, a nice name for the acronym. It's the Tenacious History Maker Baseball League. So for those of you who are new to this game and didn't see any of the other games I played or haven't paid much attention to some of the other channels that are out there, History Maker Baseball is a game that is offered by the folks at play.com. That is P-L-A-A-Y. So 2 A's in that, play.com. Keith Avalone and his crew there, they put together a bunch of different games, which I think for the way that I like to do things, as far as creating a history or creating its own narrative rather than you know, I'm not doing a replay here. I have another project, which is the Phillies replay, which is a kind of a replay, and there's no, you know, we aren't doing injuries, we aren't doing anything like that. History Maker Baseball does a great job in terms of building sort of this narrative of a season that is completely fictional. And this would be even better probably if I used completely fictional teams, and I'm thinking about doing that down the road at some point, but at the moment this project is something to kind of keep my juices flowing if I can just kind of keep at it. One of the things that can make this game a little bit tough at times is that you're always making checks. You know, if you think to the Stratomatic projects, we do checks when there's X. Fact, you know, when there's X, you know, the fielding chances, you go to the fielding charts. Also, if there's splits, and also if there's some other things like that, those are you know, sometimes it can seem a little bit exasperating when you have to go and check things. Now, this game, everything is a check. I mean, you're checking every chance is going to the book. To see, so just another quick description about what the game entails is that you end up with, each player comes up with attributes that are based off of his attribute, you know, his statistics. But having said that, while they should end up correlating based on the gameplay for the most part with those statistics, you're not going to be ensured that a guy who hit 300 with 25 home runs and 110 RBIs or whatever, that he's going to come very, very close to that. I think that in this, you know, it probably does come pretty close, but it's not nearly as guaranteed of the statistical accuracy. But again, this allows you to do all sorts of other building in. You know, you have roles before the game to give players hot and cold, to give the team sort of a hot or a cold or a dissonant or a harmonious, or injuries, things that kind of make a player unhappy. You know, all these kinds of little situations which could influence a game, maybe very minor in fashion, maybe big time. And so actually one of the roles early on in coming up and putting together this game, it is going to have a bit of an impact, at least to an extent. So we've got game day 3 of this league. And so this is kind of like the point after this game day is where I still have to do some more work. I need to come up with what I'm going to do as far as the umpires for the next series, and because we have this game has umpires, it has rare plays, it has all those kinds of things, but it's just a little different. A little different than Strat, where it's pretty much pretty standard fare. Strat this is a little more. I don't know if off the wall is. It's kind of neat. And I've talked about wanting to get. Excuse me for. I just ate some boneless wings with Anchor Bar suicidal sauce, and so my nose is running. So this is the White Sox and the Angels. I know what I was gonna say. They have some other games as well. I've talked about that in past, but they have even games for soccer, for golf, I think for bowling, for racing. I mean it's pretty cool. But hopefully I can get into those at some point here. All right. Well, let's get to this game though. This is the White Sox that are 2-0 so far, and the Angels 0-2. Obviously playing series in this. Whoa. There's a little bit of a lag, and so I hit that a bunch of times, and I didn't really mean to. So I still, in my workspace, I haven't quite gotten down how best to set this up. So I'm doing my best. I'm gonna dial this in a little bit more. And so is the glare. Yeah, the glare is quite a bit better if I do. Okay, so one thing I forgot to do, I did it for the White Sox. So what they have, what we have in this game is we have until further notice items, which means basically if players get certain roles pre-game or during the game, sometimes it'll say until further notice a guy is this or that, or sometimes it'll just be for one game. Well, JB Shuck last game is hot until further notice, and in the first game it was Brett Lowry was unhappy till further notice. Well, in this pre-game I got the 6 roll for the game day rolls, which meant that it was an injury, and it turns out that Jimmy Rollins is injured until further notice. And so that actually supersedes Brett Lowry. You can only have 2 guys on this till further notice situation. So Brett Lowry now is not unhappy anymore. He's just, I guess, neutral happiness. So, but Shuck is hot. We're going to start Shuck, and so you also have to decide a hot and a cold player. I don't know if you're supposed to just give the hot to the guy who is hot till further notice. I kind of think not. I think you could have several players that are hot and cold. And so what I did is I went back and looked at the stats from last game. Avi Garcia had 2 home runs, went 2 for 5. I decided to make him the hot guy based on the last game. And then the cold guy is Alex Avila, who went 0 for 5 with 2 strikeouts and a grounded in double play. Now, the thing is, I didn't do that for the Angels. And so I'm going to take a quick peek at this. Now, Giavatello was hot going into last game. He went 1 for 4, though. A good choice. So they had 8 hits, and 3 of them were by Yunel Escobar. And so I think we're going to make him the hot batter for them. Simmons is hot until further notice, so we're keeping that. And then the cold, Nava was cold going to last game, and he didn't do anything to change that. He went 0 for 4, so we will continue to have him be cold. And what that just means is that there will be some rolls down the road that may affect that. We have manager strategy we can use. They will go up here. There's 6. You can use 6 different strategy points during a game. Ways to influence things. So let's get to the game. It's going to be Shoemaker for the Angels against this lineup. It'll be Brett Lowry leading off for the White Sox. And I got to figure out how best to get everything in here. Just a second. It can be kind of tough at times to do this with everything. And I wish I could use the mat a little better, but it's tough to do. So Lowry going to lead off. It's going to be Adam Eaton in right. So Lowry second, Eaton in right. Jose Abreu first base. Avi Garcia DH. Todd Frazier third base. Melky Cabrera in left. JB Shuck hot in center field. Avila cold catching. And Yolmer Sanchez will start at short for Jimmy Rollins, who is hurt until further notice. And Chicago is semi-dissonant. The Angels are full dissonant. They rolled a 1, and they were on a 2-game losing streak. So that's where that stands. So let's get going. So I guess what I'll do is I'll pull up Shoemaker. I'll just put it here. So against Lowry, you can see the different attributes here. Let's roll it out. So with a 2-4-5, we go to the book here and we look, and if he's a hero, which he is not, it's going to be a pop out to second. And that's the first out. And now we go to experience. The experience chart. So the next up is Eaton. He is not, neither guy is an icon or a prospect, so we'll roll those out there. And there's a 4. Oh, we only need to roll 2. Sorry, my bad. Let's re-roll. Little mistake there. Haven't played this in a few weeks. 1-5. Prospect batter, nope. It's going to be a single for Eaton. So, all of these rolls end up being that when you roll them, you get, you line them up from lowest to highest. So, all right, so now it's Jose Abreu with Eaton at first. Eaton is just a normal runner. Let's go ahead and roll it out here with Abreu. With 1 out, that's a 4-4-6. Is he a star? No, he is not. And oh wait, it's Shoemaker. Shoemaker's not a star. He's not any of the sad sack, utility, or patient. So it's a single to right. And with a 4 roll, that means that runner advances 2 bases. So that's going to make it first and third. And again, we go back to the experience chart. Avi Garcia is not a prospect or an icon, so it'll be high Beatles. So it'll just be sort of a regular kind of roll here. 3-4. Prospect batter, nope. It's going to be a ground out. Nubber up the first base line. The runners advance. So that means that the run will score. We'll call that a 3-1. The pitcher covering. Runners both advance, so it's Chicago takes a 1-0 lead. And Garcia will get an RBI with that, and we will now go back to the regular chart. So Todd Frazier with 2 outs. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to quit showing the book here. Flash and fresh. Yes, fresh because in the first 3 innings the pitcher's fresh, and he is flash, so that is a strikeout. And that will do it for their half of the first. They do pick up 1 run on 2 hits. So, again, I wish I could use this mat a little better, but unfortunately, I think to show the scorebook makes it more difficult if you don't. I think the scorebook's more important than the or score sheet more important than the mat. So, okay. Rodon is pitching for the White Sox, a lefty. So it's going to be Yanel Escobar, a hot hitter, playing third and batting first. Then it'll be Cole Calhoun in right. Andrelton Simmons short. Trout in center. Crone at first. Pujols DH. Javatella second base. Perez catching. And Nava in left will be cold. So, another thing that's kind of nice about this is I feel like I've jobbed the Angels in the Strat League because they can't use a DH, so now they're getting the benefit of it here by being able to use a DH here. So Escobar against Rodon, and a 145. Where did I put the book? Here it is. All right, we haven't had to do any semi checks yet. 145. Struggler, no, he's not Struggler. It's gonna be a ground out to it's righty, so third base. So Cole Calhoun now. 2, 3, 5. Why am I showing you the cards? 2, 3, 5. Rodon is not wild. Calhoun is not eager, so it's a ground out to second base for the second out. And now Simmons. I guess I can just do this for now. Hot hitter, but we're not going to be going off the hot chart right now. 1-3-5, so this has a chance to be a unusual result. Blue 1 means umpire chart, I think. Okay, so base is empty, umpire chart. We will roll 2 dice and we'll see what happens. 2-4. Second base umpire is Fieldon Culbreth. Is he respected? He is semi-respected, but with a dot on the decide or die. I should show you that it's 2-4. That means he is respected, has a better view of the play, overrules incorrect called by the first base umpire. So okay, so I guess that means that that's written somewhat weird there. 2-4, respected umpire at second base, has a better view of play, overrules incorrect call by the first base umpire. Batter ruled safe at first. So I guess if he's not respected, then he's called out. But because he's respected, that turns it into a single for Simmons. That's my read on it. I could be wrong, but everywhere else they use a colon to indicate the change in clause from the yes to the no. So that means that Simmons reaches, and Simmons is gonna, let's see, what do they have here? He is a neutral or normal. We're going to just go ahead and swing away here with Mike Trout. So runner at first with 2 outs. 2-3-5. Not wild. Trout is not eager, so that's a and he's a semi-whiffer, but not this time, so it's another grounder to second, so that will end the inning. Okay, so they did give up the hit as Culbreth overruled the umpire, but nothing comes of it, so itchy foot here. Okay, top of the second. So another thing I'm going to try to do here tonight is to I'm trying to stay kind of both focused and calm and not let myself get I don't want to say worked up, but what's the term I'm looking for? Sometimes I feel pressured and it makes me feel a little like it's not, like I end up not having so much fun. So I'm trying to gonna try to change that tonight. So, and this game just with so many checks, it can make it feel that way a little bit. So that's why I'm gonna try and keep it calm. So that's a 1-2-3. Flash and fresh, yes. So that's gonna be a strikeout. And that brings up JB Shuck, who is hot. 455. Strikes him out because he's a flash. Well, let's see. Does the batter have a good eye? No, he doesn't. So, 3 strikeouts in a row. And that brings up Alex Avila, who is cold. One's not an ace, not a scrapper. That is a home run for Alex Avila. It's gone, and that'll make it 2-0. Third hit of the game, and Shoemaker is unhappy. He left one right over the plate for Avila, and so now still with 2 outs here. Bring up Yolmer Sanchez. 466. Not wild. Home run king or slugger? No, he is not. That's a single. 4th hit. And active, he's not active, so no stealing there. So Brett Lowry now. 2 outs. 156. Is he a whiffer? Yes, that's a strikeout, and that will end the inning. Another run for the White Sox, and we will go to the bottom of the 2nd. Shoemaker getting touched up a little bit here so far. 2-0 to the Southsiders. I'm going to get a drink here. So, I mean, this History Maker game, it's pretty cool. I do like it. It's one of those things that you just have to not let yourself get too caught up in the amount of stuff that you have to do to keep it going. All right, so Crone. Angels down 2-0. Here is Crone, and that's a 3-3-4. So 3-3-4. Not an ace or star. He's not a sad sack, so that's a single. Unless he's eager, and he is semi-eager, but without a dot, he will get the single. 2nd hit allowed by Rodon. Crone's semi-stoic. So it brings up Pujols. 145. Let's see. Not a struggler. It's going to be a ground out. That's going to be a double play ball for Pujols. I thought about hitting and running, but instead, and I should have, it'll be a 5-4-3 double play. And that'll bring up Javatella. 1-2-5. Pitcher struggler? No, he's not. Patient, not patient. Ground ball to third base for Javatella, and so we're through 2. Still 2-0 to the White Sox. Hi, Larry. Good evening. I'm going to try and give this a little more zoom. There we go. Or a little less zoom, I guess is what I should say. Thank you for your likes. I see a couple of them there. Appreciate that. We will keep moving, though. It's top of the 3rd. 2-0 White Sox. I don't need to show you the book. I don't know why I keep doing that. It's kind of a habit from showing you the cards in Stratomac. 2-3-5. 2-3-5, not wild, not eager. That's a ground ball to second base for the out. Abreu, Just knocked Shoemaker's card out. 1, 2, 3. And he's flash and he's fresh, so he gets another strikeout because of that. Shoemaker's getting the Ks. That's the 5th one here. And Avi Garcia, who is hot. Well, we're going to say that's a 2, 2, 3, 5. We had this before. That's a ground out to second base. Well, he's a whiffer, so... Wait, no, that is patient, and he is not patient. So that is a ground... Double check here. Yeah, ground ball to second base. That ends the inning. Shoemaker finally sticks him with a 0. We'll go to the bottom of the 3rd. And it's Carlos Perez, and I left a card behind over there. Catcher gonna lead off. It's 2-6-6. No runner on first to be thrown out. Leadoff batter, he is. That'll be a single. So if anybody who's unfamiliar with this game, the leadoff, I'll show you the book here. The leadoff batter, that quality is the leadoff batter of any inning would get that as a single. Now the cleanup hitter is only for the guy who hits 4th in the lineup. But so Nava, cold hitter. They're gonna hit and run here. So we roll the normal roll, 1, 5, 6, and then we make adjustments if we need to. 1, 5, 6 is he a whiffer? He's a semi-whiffer, but he does not whiff in this case because he doesn't have the dot. So that's outfield drama. So I guess we go through the outfield drama stuff. Let's do that, and we'll have to see. It's 2-5. Center fielder iron. No, Adam Eaton is actually gold. So running grab of a looping liner out, and so I think that any line out becomes a double play. Batter. So that may be an out. That may be a double play. Otherwise, running grab of a looping liner out. So that, to me, that sounds like a line out to me, and that may mean that Perez takes it, reads it wrong, and gets doubled off first. So that's the way I'm going to play it. Line out to Eaton, who is in right field. Or wait, what did I say? Was it center? Oh, wait, hold on. Center fielder iron. That's Shuck. Sorry, I got the wrong guy. He is not iron either. So he does make the looping liner. It's going to be a line out to 8, and it's going to be 8 to 3, doubled off. So that's the second out. I'm going to play it that way. I don't know if it's right or not, but it's not a line out off the regular chart, but it is a liner. So. And I could definitely see a guy like Perez getting caught off if he misread it. So with 2 outs, 2-3-3. And he's not an ace or a star. Yanel Escobar is not a slugger. He's a scrapper, so that's a fly out to center, and that will end the inning. So still 2-0 White Sox. They're looking to sweep this series. And they're doing a good job of it so far in this game. I'm not sure if David is still watching. He might have a... I don't know how he has played that particular role, if he's experienced it and how he's worked it out. As far as the line out goes, to me it seems like it's plausible. Not just plausible, it seems like it's probably the way it ought to go. Alright, so top of the fourth. Shoemaker is now semi-fresh, so he won't get the benefit of that. So here we go. Frazier. 2, 3, 4. Nobody on base. Hot batter. Frazier's not the hot batter. Boy, they just missed that one. Garcia, if he had been. So it's a pop up to third. The first out. So now it's Melky. 2, 2, 3. He's not wild. Melky's not a slugger, not a utility, so that's a single to left, and he's not active, so they get another hit. That's 5. So JB Shuck, he is a hot hitter here. 3, 4, 5. So we go to the other side here. 3, 4, 5. Iron catcher. And as you will see here in my fielding charts, I use the I's for iron, but for the experience, instead of icon, I put a star instead of an I because it used to mess me up. Perez is actually a gold catcher, so he's not an iron catcher, which what this tries to do is a guy who doesn't frame very well would give up a walk here. Good eye. Shuck doesn't have a good eye. That's a strikeout, and then we'll go to the right now chart after that. So that means that Shoemaker is hot. You know what? Avila is hot too. So you got two guys who this could really benefit. 3, 6. Cold pitcher. No, he's not cold. He's hot. Pops out to the catcher, and that'll end the inning. So they do get a single, but can't advance him any further, and we will go to the bottom of the fourth. And these History Maker games take a little longer, so bear with me. It's a number of extra checks that you don't usually do with Strat, but I think it's interesting in its own right to see how it all plays out and works together to come up with a relatively reasonable outcome. 114 fresh. Rodon is semi-fresh, but with the dot he is, so that will be a grounder to the shortstop. So if that had not been a dot, then it would have gone on to potentially give a single. So here's Simmons. He's hot right now. 4, 5, 6. Is he patient? No, he's not. That's a fly out to center, and it will go to the team chemistry chart. So with 2 outs, neither team is right now ready to use any manager cards to try, strategy cards to try and change this. Pitching team harmony, nope. It's going to be a bloop single for Simmons. And now we will have Mike Trout. So maybe this would have been a situation where the White Sox would have thought about doing some kind of a dugout chatter or something like that to try and, well, they would have needed to completely go the other way around. They would have needed to go to harmony in order to do that. So anyway, Mike Trout, 2, 2, 6. The batter is not hit by a pitch because there's no dot on the decider die. Is Trout the cleanup batter? Well, I put a dot here. I always use the fourth hitter to be the cleanup batter. He is. That ball is gone. He tattoos it, and that is a 2-run shot, and the game is tied as with 2 outs, Mike Trout goes yard and turns it around on Rodon. Wait a second. Whoa. Stop. Stop just a second, Earl. I messed up. That sucks. My bad. I forgot to flip the card when I had to do that chemistry check. So it's Trout that's on base. He is the cleanup hitter. Crone is the batter now, and he is not the cleanup hitter. So that's going to change things. Oh man, that sucks. My bad. Not a cleanup hitter. That's a fly out, and that'll stay that way. So that's a fly out to left. That stinks. Sorry, Angels fans. Anybody rooting for them? I made a bad call there, and happens occasionally. Especially, I'd say this kind of game here. Hey, Ken. This kind of game here where you have to do some other things where you don't use the guy's card every time, it can make it a little antsy if you miss a roll, so, or you don't flip a card. So again, here's Avila. I think I went off of another card here. So Sanchez, 4.55. Is he flash? Yes, that's a strikeout. One out here in the top of the fifth, 2-0 White Sox. We thought that was, I guess we thought that shot was gone, but it was actually foul there from Crone. So Lowry, and there's the 2.25, but he's not a cleanup either. Batter's not hit by pitch, not cleanup, so that's a fly out, and he's a whiffer, so that's a strikeout in fact. So Shoemaker is striking him out left and right here. That's 8th strikeout for him, and here's Adam Eaton with 2 outs. And a 3.56 means that they're both. Adam Eaton is not from the same side as Shoemaker. He's a lefty. He's not a utility or sad sack, so this is going to be a single, 2-out single down the first base line. And Eaton is, let's see, is he active? He's not active, he's normal. He's going to try to take an extra base. So let's roll the decider die to see if he even can. And he can. So now with the normal, we roll one of these dice, and if it's 1 to 4, he's safe. If it's 5 or 6, he is out. And he is thrown out. So we'll say that's a 9-6 inning ending. Trying to get in scoring position, a noble effort to try to get himself to where they could score another run, and didn't work out. So we're going to go to bottom of the 5th. It's still 2-0. Maybe diminishing returns trying to do that, but sometimes you got to try it in order to have it work out. Pujols, 3 1s. Not an ace. He's not a scrapper. That one, this time it's no doubt that it's gone. Home run, Albert Pujols. Now it's 2-1, and nothing's going to take it away this time. Big guy puts a hurting on it. So here is Javatella. 2.66 with a decider die showing. Let's see, 2.66. No runner on first. Not the leadoff batter. That's a fly out to right. So Javatella over 2. Perez. Yeah, it also takes me longer to play a game. 2.55. Star. He's not a star. Home run king. No, Perez is not a home run king. That's a fly out to left. 2 outs. And it's Daniel Nava. 2.35. Not wild. Yes, he is. He's semi-eager, but he is eager, so that's a single. Well, you know what? Except he's a potential whiffer, so we got to re-roll the decider. He will, or wait, no, because it's showing it's the same player, you count it both times. So he's eager, yes, but he's also a whiffer. So that's a strikeout and ends the inning. So that's something if you're playing History Maker. If it's two different players that need checks, you re-roll the decider. If it's the same player, you can use the decider result for both selections. So they do get a run here, 2-1. We're going to go to the top of the 6th, and Shoemaker still semi-fresh. Facing Abreu. Abreu was going to be up, but Adam Eaton got thrown out at second. 1-1-3, almost that 1-1-1 again. Not an ace. Is he a slugger? He's a semi-slugger, but he's not this time. It's going to be a single to center field. And what are the 2 dots? Sad sack or home run king. He's not neither of those. So, that's a single. Yeah, it's not too bad. So, Abreu, there's no way he's stealing. I'm going to try a hit and run with Avi Garcia here. So let's ditch one of these guys. 55. Or wait, no, we have to roll everything. Man, that sucks. Let me re-roll everything here. 2-5-6. 2-5-6. Struggler. He's given up 2 singles in a row, but that doesn't make him a struggler. I think it's 3 in a row. So champion or patient? No. Neither. So that's infield drama. Hey, that's the second time we've had a drama when we try the hit and run. So 3-5. And that was what? Infield drama, I said, correct? Yeah, infield drama. 3-5. Third baseman iron. Escobar is iron. Ball rolls past for a single to left field, and then we're going to go to chemistry. So that's another single, and I think this makes him a semi-struggler. So we'll have to, let me just double check that. Maybe I have it up here. 3 batters reach base in a row, so that's what we've got going on here. But we're going to go off chemistry first. Now, the Angels, just able to get back into this, they are going to look at, let's take a look at the chemistry or the strategy plays here potentially. And well, they're gonna use some dugout chatter to go from, and that's going to be the Angels. The White Sox, they're not going to worry about it, but that's going to take them from semi-dissonant to neutral. Or no, it's going to take them from dissonant to neutral. They were full dissonant. So here we go. Chemistry chart roll. 4-4 with a decider die. So they the White Sox will be dissonant on this. 4-4 pitching team dissonance. Well, see, that's why we use the dugout chatter. So the Angels are not. So that's a deep fly out to center field, and with a 4. Scores on fly out. Only a runner from third would score, so that's a deep fly ball that is caught by the center fielder. And for some reason, it would seem to me that I mean, maybe they just were not ready for it. But that helps Shoemaker. He's now not a struggler anymore. So with 2 outs, it's going to bring up Melky Cabrera. First and second, 1-3-5, and so we're going to get a rare event, or not a rare event, it's going to be ballpark check. And we will re-roll. A 5-6, a big ballpark. It is big. Outfielder makes a grab along the fence, fly out. So that is for Cabrera. Batting from the left side, that'll be to the right fielder Calhoun, and that will end the inning. So if it were not a big stadium, or if that decide or die had been blank, I think they would have gotten it's either a fence. Let me see. Was it a fence shot or is it a home run? Well, who was that? That was Cabrera. Yeah, I don't think he would have gotten a home run out of it, but I guess he would have flown out anyway. But still, no runs on 2 hits. Excuse me, 2 hits. Bottom of the 6th. Angels have used 2 strategy cards, while the actually both teams have used 2. So keeping track of that. And I'm going to get another drink here real quick. People have been questioning my sobriety during some of these games. You know, sometimes we just make mistakes. Sometimes we don't, or usually I don't need alcohol to make a dumb move, so don't worry. Alright, so Escobar, the leadoff batter here. Bottom of the 6th. 1-4-6. Rodon is a flash pitcher, so that'll be a strikeout. Only his 2nd strikeout of the game. And that's isn't that interesting how that works? Because both of these guys are flash. But the rolls just came up that Shoemaker has gotten a bunch more strikeouts. Calhoun, another 1-4-6. That's going to be another strikeout. And Andrelton Simmons, 1-2-4. Control, he's not going to have control this time. The batter is eager, so that's a pop out to first, and that will end the inning. So we're through 6. Both pitchers are now not fresh. And the managers are going to stick with Shoemaker and Rodon for the moment. Okay. Whew. Top of the 7th. Shuck, a hot hitter. Triple twos. Not a sad sack, that's a double. So Shuck stays hot and doubles to center field. And he's not a home run king, or else he would have hit a home run. Now Avila up. Gonna try yeah, I can't do that because that's stolen base. Need to abbreviate this sack. So he's going to try a sacrifice bunt here. You roll 1 die. So we will do it right here. Avila trying to bunt him to 3rd. It's a 4. So that's going to be good. That's an out at first. So we'll say a 2-4. And so they're going to play with infielders in now, trying to keep this 2-1 deficit just that. It's going to bring up Yolmer Sanchez. 3-4-6. Is he eager? He's semi-eager. No, he's not. So that's a walk. And that, I think, is the first walk of the game for either team, which is somewhat astounding because this game has sort of a notoriety as being one that offers a lot of bases on balls. So back to the top of the order. 1st and 3rd, they will play with the infield. They will stay with the infield in here. And it's going to be Lowry. 5-6-6. Not wild. Does not have a good eye. So that's a strikeout. And we're going to go to the right now chart. So let's see. Right now, well, Eaton got a hit last time, so he is. Actually, I made a mistake earlier in that I forgot that before the 5th inning it's only semi qualities, but since this is the top of the 7th, this is full qualities. The pitcher is hot, the batter is hot, so, and it's 1-1. Cold pitcher, no, he just got a strikeout, so that's a fly out to shallow center, and that will end the inning, and they leave that runner at third base. So 7th inning stretch, still 2-1 White Sox. Oops, I like doing it this way. Alright, so Rodon has given up, what, 5 hits, no walks, and we're bottom of the 7th. And they're ahead 2-1. So, but it's going to be Mike Trout here, who singled last time up, and that's a 5-5-6. Rodon is not an ace, and he is not a sad sack. That's a double for Trout. And he's not active this time, so it's just going to be a standard double. No, he would steal third if he were active. Brings up C.J. Cron. The White Sox will... they're going to have to start getting their bullpen ready here. And... used Carroll and Duke last time. They're going to get Zach Putnam warming up, righty. So C.J. Cron, 4-4-5. Workman. This time he is a Workman. That's a double, and that's going to tie the ball game as Cron gaps it, and Trout makes it look easy coming in to score. And let's see, there is a Sigma, but I don't have any of those ratings on here for Cron. So, okay, it's going to bring up Pujols, and White Sox are going to make a switch. So that's it for, gotta find a place to put the discards. Yep, so right there we go. And it's gonna be Zach Putnam coming in here. So Rodon, he went, alright, so we need to, Rodon, he went 6.0. And he gave up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 hits. Can't really do the runs yet. He didn't give up a walk. He had, what, 3 strikeouts? And 1 dinger. So we'll fill in the runs after the inning is over. But so a runner at second is Rodon's responsibility here, and it's going to be Javatella, nobody out, up against Putnam, and they are going to they're going to try a sack bunt themselves here. So we roll a 1 die, and it's a 2, and he is not active, so that's just going to be, if he were active he would be safe at first, but that's going to move the runner up on a sack. We'll say 2-4. So, and Cron moves up to third base on as a result. So here's Carlos Perez against Putnam. 1 away. sack fly would do the job. 266. Runner on first is not, there's no runner on first. He's not the leadoff batter either. There's a fly out to right. And Crone is not active, so he cannot score on this. So that's just a fly. Wait a second. What happened there? I thought that was Javatella. It was Pujols. Well, in any event, so let's go back to Javatella. It's the same dang thing. Pujols wouldn't be bunting, though. That's my bad. But anyway, it doesn't make a difference. It's still a fly ball to right field, as everything is still all the same. That's the second out. And now it's Carlos Perez. Oh, thanks, Baseball Demos. Yeah, I caught it on my own, and I ended up bunting with Pujols, which may not be the best plan altogether. 1-3-6 ace. Well, he's a semi-ace, but no decider dot. So no whiffer or cold. Perez is neither whiffer or cold. Infield drama. So we got a chance here maybe to score this runner from third on the infield drama chance. Right? Yeah, infield drama. Okay. One 5. Shortstop iron. No, Yomer Sanchez is not. He makes the grab, and that's going to end the inning. So the run did not come across, actually. The sack moved the runner to third for Crone, but couldn't get it done. So, but it's still tied. It's 2-2. Sometimes your strategy works out, sometimes it doesn't. Top of the 8th, and the Angels will make their own bullpen switch. They are going to go to Mike Morin. I forgot to write down Putnam here. Oh, and we can finish this off. So that's 2 runs, both of them earned. So Morin. Shoemaker went 7 innings. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 hits, 1 walk. How many strikeouts? 3, 7, 8, 9 strikeouts for him. 1 homer. And 2 runs. Yeah, it doesn't bother me. That's actually somewhat. If I allow myself to have the time to do it, then it makes it kind of fun. So it's going to be Morin taking the 8th here. Got the 3, 4, 5 hitters coming up. And it's going to be Adam Eaton, or no, it's going to be Jose Abreu. 2 for 3. And a 1-1-4. Marin is fresh, so it's going to be a ground out to short. And so it'll be Avi Garcia. 2-3-6. Double control. No, he does not have double control. The pitcher's not batting. That's a walk. So Garcia on. Here is Todd Frazier. He is 0 for 3. And the White Sox, they're going to go to the... they're going to use manager influence to... they want to make this a right now role. Or no, they want to make it an experience role. Because Frazier is semi-icon. Well, and The Angels will counter by using a manager coaching tip to make Marin an icon. So kind of a tit for tat here. We'll see. So Frazier semi and Marin is full icon now. And it's a 3-5. Icon batter. And he is an icon at the moment. Adjusts his swing at the last second. Loops a single to the outfield. So. And with a 3. Runners advance 2 bases on any hit. And a stoic. Is Frazier stoic? Or not Frazier. Garcia is not stoic, so he will go to third. So that means that we are going to go back to the regular chart, and it's going to be Melky Cabrera with first and third and 1 out. They will pull the infield in here, with it being a tie ball game, 2-2. 1-3-4. A gold catcher. Well, Carlos Perez is a gold catcher. That is a strikeout, and that is a big out for Morin. And here is the hot hitter, J.B. Shuck. 2 outs. Again, first and third infield at normal depth now. And it's a 1-4-5. Not a struggler. That's a ground out to first base. He'll take it right there, and that'll end it. So, opportunity squandered by the White Sox, and it's going to be, so the White Sox will go back to their bullpen. And with a lefty, they're going to go with Dan Jennings here. He might go a couple innings. Jennings may go a couple innings. So Putnam went 1 inning, gave up 2 hits. Oh wait, sorry, my bad. Gave up no hits. Those were Radones. No runs, no earned runs, and none of this good stuff. So okay. All right, so Dan Jennings will go up against Nava, a lefty. Actually, a switch hitter. And then the top of the order. 1-2-6. Jennings is fresh. He just came in the game. That's a line out to second. So that brings up Yaniel Escobar. Hi, Al. He's 0 for 3. 2-5-6. Jennings is not a struggler, and Escobar is neither champion nor patient, so it's infield drama. And it's a 2-2. And a 2-2 is the pitcher gold. No, he's not gold. So, save at first on an error. So that's an E1. That brings up Cole Calhoun. Top of the 8. 2-2 with a runner at first, and here is Calhoun. 2-3-6. Is he double control? Nope, he has no control. Pitcher batting? No. That's a walk. And so Jennings will be in a long reliever. They're hoping to get a couple innings out of him here. Andrelton Simmons, 1 for 3. Two Angels games here today, by the way. 1-2-4. If you're sick of the Angels, then I'm not sure I blame you. Eager hitter pops out to first. That's the second out. So with a runner in scoring position here, they got Mike Trout coming up. He is 2 for 3. And Jennings trying to work himself out of this. 2-3-5. Is he wild? Nope, he's not wild. Eager? Not eager. That's a ground ball to second base. Although he's semi-patient, but there's no dot, so that's going to stay that way. That's a ground ball to second base, and that will end the inning. So we will go to the top of the ninth. Game still hanging in the balance. Tie ball game 2-2. Morin will keep pitching here, but they're going to have they'll have Houston Street, their closer, getting ready just in case they need him. Top of the ninth. It's going to be Alex Avila. He is had a home run. He popped up and he moved a runner along with a sacrifice earlier. 3-4-6. He's not eager, so that's a walk. Brings up Yolmer Sanchez. And they are going to go with another sacrifice attempt here with Sanchez not being such a good hitter. Try to move the runner along, and it's a 1. Safe at first. We need to roll the decide or die to decide if it's a single or an error, and it is a, I believe it makes it a single. So Sanchez beats it out. And so the Angels now will go to their bullpen. We're going to go to Houston Street. Morin goes 1 full inning. 2 hits, 2 walks, 1 strikeout, no dingers, and Book's still out on him. And we're going to go to the 5th at bat. So Street, first and second, Brett Lowry. And if they go to another bunt, they would have used up their strategy cards. So we're going to stick with Lowry here, first and second. But it's a 1. Uh-oh, this could be a double play. 1-2-4. Control. Houston Street does not have control. Eager? Yes. Semi-eager becomes eager, so that's a pop out to first. And that's out number 1. Brings up Adam Eaton. .344. I believe that's the case. I mean, you can. What you can. But you have to take away another card if you're going to do an additional bunt. So in this case, I guess I would probably say that we would use a walk to the pitching mound since we haven't really done one yet. So .344. Prospect. Pitcher, no, he's an icon actually. So patient, not patient. That's a pop out to second, and so that's 2 outs. And see, because what I could show you here, you get a certain allotment of cards. You get like 3 walks to the mound. You get some different you get some manager influences, but you can only use 1 of each type of manager influence. But I think what we are going to do here is walk to the mound and impart the ace roll on Street, so that way he can, if he gets an ace roll here, they'll get out of the inning without anything further. I forgot to mark down that this was where he came in. Also, because he warmed up, he he would have had the ace quality in his first batter faced. So here we go. Jose Abreu against Street, first and second, 2 outs. And a 1-1-4. Is he fresh? Yes, he is fresh. He just came into the game, so that's a ground out to short. And that ends the inning. So, could have been trouble if we had left Morin in there. I think that would have done the job. Although I don't know, I think the dot might have been showing there, which would have made him fresh too. So, well, don't apologize. No apologies. We're you know, I'm not the authority on this. If you want the gospel on this game, I would say David there, Baseball Demos, he could probably school myself and just about every other guy who plays this game, other than the experts over there at play.com. So, okay, bottom of the ninth. I got to stand up here because my backside is starting to become my front side, I fear. All right, so Crone will face Jennings. Jennings is in for a second inning. He is semi-fresh now. 2-4-6. Jennings is not a control pitcher. Crone is not eager this time. That's a walk. So the winning run on base. It's going to bring up Pujols. We're not bunting with Pujols this time. I made a bit of a mistake there previously. I had juggled up my cards a bit. Also, we have a bench, which we haven't used for either team. And not a very deep bench. You do have Ji-Man Choi, and you've got Cliff Pennington. Soto is backup catcher. But at least for this one, Pujols is the semi-utility, semi-home run king against Jennings. Got ace and flash qualities here. 2-3-4. Maybe we should have gone with the... well, wait, the White Sox are out of strategy elements, so they can't really use that at all. 2-3-4. Runners on base. Yeah, so there's a plate drama. Boy, if there hadn't been anybody on base, we would have been... might have had it at the end of the game here. So, plate drama. Let's roll it off here. 33. Control pitcher. No, he's not. That's a wild pitch. So that's going to move the runner up to second. And we're going to go off of... so because it's a purple one, we go off of the chemistry chart. And the Angels still have some strategy to use, which they need to here off the chemistry chart because they are dissonant. So they get a second dugout chatter. You get 2 of those a game. And they're going to do that here to turn the chemistry to neutral so they don't get whacked by dissonance. So here we go. Runner at second, nobody out. Pujols still at bat. 4-6. Pitching team dissonance. Yes. Yes, there is. Pitcher distracted allows a base on balls, so there's a walk. 2 walks in a row from Jennings. And it's going to bring up Johnny Giavotella, and they're going to leave him to finish this game out. And they're going to use their final strategy card for a sacrifice bunt here to try and get the runners up. So Giavotella, oh, and it's a 6. We roll again. Let's see what happens here. It's a 4. Pop out, runners hold. That sucks. We will say a pop out to the second baseman. All right, well, so much for moving the runners along. Here's Carlos Perez. 2-4-5. Is he a hero? No, he's not. That's a pop out to second, and we go to the player experience chart, and you have Nava, who is a semi-icon, and Jennings, who is neutral. Both teams have used up their strategy, so let's see what happens here. The winning run is at second, 2 outs, 4-5. Not a prospect pitcher. Or no, it's prospect batter. He's not a prospect batter, so he's hard to field infield grounder, batter out at first, active batter safe. He's not active, so we're going to call that a 4-3. Ends the inning. Unfortunately, that's going to end the inning, and we're going to go to extras again. David asked about, or he didn't ask about a game earlier. He just said he likes close games. Well, had a close game earlier. It also went extras, so I'm not sure if I've had an extras game in this project yet or not. I forget. So if not, this would be it. And if I have, then my brain is not computing at the necessary levels to provide you with complete dissemination of information. How do you like that? That's more words than I should remember in a day. Alvarez coming in to pitch here. So Street went 1 inning. And it'll be Alvarez who will come in now. Okay. Maybe a little marathon action here tonight. You never know. Neither of these teams seem too keen on hitting the ball when there's runners in scoring position. Avi Garcia 1-5-6. He semi-whiffer, so yes, he is a whiffer. That's a strikeout. He gone. That's what the White Sox announcer says about the opposing team. So that's a 2-3-5. Wild. No, not Wild. Eager. No, not Eager. That's a ground ball. Ground out to second. Not a whiffer on that because of the. There's no dot on the decider. Here's Melky Cabrera with 2 outs. 4-4-5. Workman, no. Alvarez is not a workman. Patient, nope. That's a grounder to first. And that's it for the top of the 10th. I'm not going to keep the box score up above until we get a result. So that makes me think I have had an extra inning game because I seem to recall doing that before. All right, so top of the order, Escobar against Jennings. Jennings going for a 3rd inning of work here. Long reliever, but he is not fresh anymore at all. So 145. Struggler. Nope, he's not a struggler. He's gotten 3 out in a row. So that's another grounder, this time to third base. 1 out. Cole Calhoun. 3-4-5. Iron catcher. Avila is neutral. Good eye, no. Strikes out, and we go to the right now chart. And Simmons is neutral. Jennings is hot right now. So he just got a strikeout. 2-6. Hot pitcher, yes. That's another strikeout and ends the inning. So we're going to go to the 11th. The White Sox will get another pitcher up here. I think that's going to be it for they'll get Nate Jones warming up. And the Angels will let Alvarez throw another inning. So back to the regular chart, it'll be J.B. Shuck. He's still a hot hitter for this game. 1.33. Not a slugger. If he had been a slugger, that would be gone, but that's a fly out to left. One down. Avila. 4.46. Star. Alvarez is not a star. Avila is utility. That's a called third strike. That's the second out. And Yolmer Sanchez playing because Rollins got injured, and he could be injured a while. 2.46. He is a control pitcher, so that's a ground ball back to Alvarez, and that'll end the inning. So we're going to go to the bottom of the 11th. Surprised I can still remember that. Jennings Day is done. They're going to bring in Nate Jones here. Mr. Jones and me tell each other fairy tales, and we stare at the beautiful women. He's looking for you. I don't think so. He's looking at me. But she's looking at him. Boy, that sucks. My bad. And I didn't do it in the right key either, so. Makes me sound like a wuss because I didn't want to sing it to Mr. Jones and me. Roaming through the barrio. Alright. It'll be Mike Trout here against Nate Jones. The vaudeville act is over. We've been watching The Gong Show. It's pretty funny if you haven't checked it out. Mike Myers pretends to be somebody else, and I think his name's Tommy Maitland in the show, and he is just extremely funny in the show. So Mike Trout, 1.35. This is a with a black. This is ballpark. This could end it, depending on the roll. You never know. If this is you never know. We could get a fence here. Let's see. 2-4. Big ballpark. Well, it is big this time. Towering fly ball, plenty of room, caught for the out. Yep. Well, we're going to say a foul out to the third baseman because that's what it sounds like is the scenario here. That's the other thing is sometimes in these scenarios you have to fill in some of the blanks. You have to read the whole question to kind of give you the setup for it. So Crone, he's 2 for 3, walked, single, doubled against Jones. 2.56. Struggler, nope. Not a champion or patient, so we got to go to infield drama. Will somebody boot this one? 1-2 is the shortstop, iron. That is Yolmer, and he is not iron. So that's just that's just an error, a single error there. That's an E6. Oh, I didn't see you say intentional walk Pujols. I don't see what you mean by IW walk Pujols. What, was that earlier? Okay. Oh, are you talking about here? I don't know. I'm lost. Okay, well, Pujols at bat. Crone reaches first on an error, and so Pujols comes up 1 on, 1 out. 2, 3, 5. Jones is not wild. Pujols is not eager, and so that's a ground ball to second. Fielder's choice. So 4-6. Somehow Pujols beats it out. And that brings up Javatella. So here we go. 1, 2, 5. It looks like we're going to go another inning here, I'm guessing. 1, 2, 5. Struggler. No, he's not a struggler, and Javatella's not patient. That is a ground ball to third base. We're going to go to the 12th. This is the game that never ends. Let's see. So what are the... See, they had Rasmus pitch 3 innings last game. They're going to go with Joe Smith here. Alvarez went 2 innings. Mowed him down. But it's top of the order, and they're going to go back to the pen. So Smith, 6th at bat. Wow, I'm running out of room here, ladies and gentlemen. And it's going to be Lowry leading it off. I don't know if anybody can see these cards still, but we're in the 12th, and it's 1-2-2. Smith is not a workman, and but Lowry is a whiffer. So this is a nubbed infield single. So out of strategy cards, we're just going to keep going here with Eaton. 2, 5, 6. Struggler. Smith is not a struggler, not champion or patient, so that's going to be infield drama again. 1, 5. Shortstop iron. Simmons isn't iron, so it's going to be a ground ball double play. 6, 4, 3. And so with 2 outs, it'll be Jose Abreu. Me and Mr. Jones. Sounds really nasty. Scrapper. Abreu's not a scrapper, so that's a double to right. He's not a home run king, or else that would be gone. Joe Smith grabs a bit of a break there, so he's given up 2 hits, but got a double play ball to help him out. Here's Avi Garcia with Abreu at second base. 2 outs. 2, 4, 6. Smith is not control. He's semi-control, but no decided eye. Eager or sad sack? No. That's a walk. And it's going to bring up Todd Frazier with a chance to maybe do some real damage here. Here is the pitch. 2, 3, 5. Not wild. Not eager. That's a ground ball to second, and that will end the inning. So, going to the bottom of the 12th. Still having trouble squeaking through a run here. Boy, we're going and going. Glad you guys got some guys watching here. Appreciate that. We're up to 8 viewers at the moment, and thank you all for being a part of this. Bottom of the 12th, it's 2-2. It doesn't look as clean as it did earlier. Baseball Demos was saying that it's clean. It's not that clean. We're starting to run out of room, actually, up on the top half, but let's see if we can get it done here. Here's Perez. Hi, Iron Gamer. 1, 2, 3. Nate Jones is not... Wait. Yes, he is. He's semi-fresh. He's in here for a second inning. And he is semi-fresh with a dot, means he is fresh. So he's flash and he's fresh. That's a strikeout of Perez for the first out. Another Angels game. Iron Gamer. He was in earlier for the previous one. Daniel Nava. And it's not that I'm an Angels fan. These were, I did random draws when we did these teams. 4, 5, 6. Is Nava patient? No, he's not. That's a fly out to center. And we're going to go to the team chemistry chart. Now they can't change their chemistries at all. The White Sox semi-dissonant and the Angels are full dissonance. So this could get ugly depending on the roll with Escobar at the plate. 1-4. Batting team dissonance. That is true, yes. Dribbler to the pitcher. So that will end it. We're going 13. This game is just keeps moving along here. 2-2. White Sox grabbed a 2-0 lead through 2, and the Angels kind of scrapped it back there. And we just keep going here, waiting for somebody to decide to take matters into their own hands. Here is Melky Cabrera against Joe Smith in his second inning of work. 4, 5, 6. Not patient. That's a fly out to center, and we're going to go to another chemistry chart roll. Again, the Angels, the pitching team here is dissonant, semi-dissonant at the batting. And 2-3, they're not harmonious. The pitching team is not harmonious, so that's a walk. Cool. Cool, Iron Gamer says he's playing Strat right now. Well, I just wanted a little change up. So, Shuck is a hot batter still. But we're going to keep rolling it. Hey, Stratomatic Delaware, nice to see you, bud. Here is JB Shuck against Joe Smith. 5, 5, 6. Smith is not an ace. Shuck is not a sad sack, so that's a double to right field. And with fives, that's runners advance on 2 bases on singles and score on doubles. So that means Shuck's going to come all the way around from first to score. And that's going to make it 3-2. RBI for Avila. Wait, what just happened here? Just a second. Yeah, Avila's not a sad sack either. So that's a double. So got a little ahead of myself here. Again, another one of these off-chart rolls. You go to a different chart, but that's okay. Still, the double is the same regardless. And still a runner at second here with 1 out. White Sox take a 3-2 lead, and here is Carlos Sanchez. Well, Yolmer, that's what he tends to go by. Flash, semi-flash with a yes, so strikeout. 2 outs. Going to the 7th at bat. Man, this thing is... I'm testing the limits of the score sheet now. Top of the lineup. Insurance run at second with Brett Lowry. And that's a 1-4-6. Semi-flash, and he's, again, flash, so that's another strikeout. And he doesn't have a good eye, so... that will end the inning, but they do pick up that run to put them ahead. 3-2, and... they are going to go to David Robertson to try to close this out, their closer. Nate Jones went 2 innings. No runs, no hits, 1 strikeout, no walks, no dingers. And so it's going to be David Robertson here. He's got 2, 3, and 4 coming up, so you're going to have to face Trout. We'll see what happens. I might scream if they take it again. Not to be rude, but you think Melky should lead off. That's okay. You know what? That's what's great about this is you can pick the White Sox and to play a game with, and you can lead them off plenty and see how it works out for you. It might work out just fine. I mean, it might work out better than what I'm doing here. All right, Calhoun. Stratomatic Delaware wants this to keep going. 125. 125. Robertson's not a struggler, not patient batter, so it's a ground out to third base for the first out. Will Robertson get the save? We'll see. Andrelton Simmons. I think it's Andrelton. I was listening to some highlights of the Angels earlier, and I think they called him Andrelton, so I guess I should start calling him that instead of Andrelton. But another 125. I shook that a while. Any change here? Patient? No, he's not patient, so that's another ground ball to third base. And it's going to bring out our favorite Phillies fan here, Mike Trout. See if he can go yard. Otherwise, this game will be over. Or if he gets a hit, they'll extend it to Crone. But let's see. 366. Pinch hitter. He's not a pinch hitter. That's a fly ball to center. And that'll be caught by J.B. Shuck. And the ball game is over. The White Sox take their record perfect, 3-0. And they get one. The Angels come up empty in the bottom of the, what the heck is it again? 13th? I forget. 12th? Who knows? Doesn't matter. 3-2 is your final. The winner is going to be Nate Jones. Save for Robertson, and the loss goes to Joe Smith. So, fun game. Used up our strategy early, and couldn't do any switcheroonies there as far as using the coaching tips or all that kind of stuff. So I'm going to turn the thing around. Yep, you're welcome, Ken. Thanks for stopping in, you guys. Especially I haven't seen Stratomatic Delaware around in the live chat, so I appreciate seeing him. We got a chance to had a chance to play back last year on Skype, and maybe we'll get a chance here one of these days to do it again. But yeah, it was a good game, boy. It can be tiring just all the checks to do these, but then you get to like 12 or 13 innings, and you're like, whoa. But oh, Iron Gamer does not like the Sox. Woo. Okay, Stratomatic. Yeah, we will play again one of these days, and good luck with your project there, and good luck to everybody else's projects too. I appreciate you liking that, Iron Gamer, and I'll tell you, it appears, I can see a little picture there, like on your avatar or icon or whatever, and it looks like you're maybe a teenager or something like that, which that's what I'm hoping that we can eventually continue to get here, is more and more of the youth being into some of these games, because you know, I don't want to say that the tabletop games have a real 9. Okay, well, that's fine too. That's great. I mean, I'd love to see more kids get involved in these games. It's the way we can kind of keep things refreshing as far as, you know, getting more, you know, it just rebuilds the base, because it tends to be an older crew, us guys who do the cards and dice especially. I don't know if you play the games on the computer. Some of us do that as well. I have never been as cool about I haven't really, it's not that I don't like the computer games, it's just I like having and seeing the mechanisms work in front of you. Al is 9 at heart. Hey, Iron Gamer, check out Al Red Sox Fans channel. If you he plays some games that are he tends to play the computer games, and he's got a real nice call of some of them there. He's not of some of them, a lot of them, but yeah, And we got some, I mean, Stratomatic Delaware's got some games out there now, and obviously baseball demos. Tabletop Earl's going to get back here one of these days. He's been off. I don't want to say too much. I don't know how much he's revealed on the channel, but he had some time away, so that's a... he's got his own projects. I have my own projects. We try not to get in each other's way too much, but we did have I'll mention it here for Iron Gamer. We did have a few series where we played head-to-head. Yeah, well, yeah, and I mean, that's the thing is we need to have, you know, there has to be a mix of people who are doing videos and people who are just doing projects on their own, you know, offline. I mean, I've got to start doing more games offline because it's just, I'm never going to make progress if I just... There's Doc Cubs to Bears. He probably is not a big White Sox fan either. Yeah, we'll have to get back to the head-to-head. Battle of the Earls is what we called it. And Da Bears. I love that. That's one of the great things of all time. Good old George Wendt and Chris Farley and all those guys. That was great. But anyway, I'm going to wrap it up here. Maybe someone else wants to go live with a game, or but you know, maybe I need to open some things up on our Facebook channel sometimes, do these after games. I'm just kind of packing things up right now. I don't know, I'm not revealing my age. I'm probably older than I look, but let's just say I'm somewhere chicken. Maybe, and I just sounded like a chicken too. All right. I'll say it's a number that starts with a 4 and ends with a 3. How about that? There. I'm not chicken. I did it. Yeah, so all right. Good night, guys. That's enough clowning around here. 3-2 your final. White Sox win. Go to 3-0. Poor Angels. Good night, everybody. Thanks a lot, and make some history, strat on, all that good stuff, and enjoy your games.